It's vet day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and we are doing wellness exam on F1 Savannah Hilo. Hilo came to us all the way from Hawaii. He was caught in a feral cat trap and was very upset, as you can imagine. And the authorities knew he was not a domestic cat, but didn't know what type of cat he was. So they sent us photos, and we were able to identify him as an F1 Savannah. An F1 Savannah is a cross between an African serval and a domestic cat, and is still outlawed in many states, including Hawaii. So we actually got Hilo all the way from Hawaii here to the sanctuary to provide him a wild at heart life. And he lives with his roommate Sebastian, a domestic Bengal cat, who they're really good friends, and Sebastian has his wellness exam as well today. So we aren't, we're not seeing him for a specific reason, except that he's always had chronic kind of upper resp. We've had to remove one damaged eye, and so he's one we like to keep a check on. Make sure his breathing is clear, making sure the herpes virus isn't active, things like that. And how much did he weigh, Joy?
13 pounds.
13 pounds. He looks a little bigger than that, but yeah, so 13 pounds. He's one of the smaller Savannahs we've seen for an F1. And also, we have to take a moment to say Happy Vet Tech Appreciation Week. As you guys know, vet work between veterinarians and techs can be very stressful. They're always dealing with people's loved ones, which comes with high emotions, even when they're saving lives. And so we just want to extend our appreciation to our team, who do so much on-site as well as helping us off-site when we have to take animals in for off-site procedures. So why we're doing this, we always talk about how we're so full with the Bengals and hybrids. We always have a cat kind of living in the hospital space while we do the build out of the new hospital. And that means Indy is usually free roaming in here and is Joy's counterpart. Before it was Katniss, but Katniss graduated to an indoor-outdoor bungalow. But I'll show you Indy. We put her in her small kennel right now so that she's not doing anything while we do vet day. And look at how Indy sleeps. She always sleeps with her head completely disappearing. Indy is one of our sweet, sweet geriatric domestic Bengals, but she's very bold and doesn't like other cats anymore. She used to live with cats when she was younger, but she's definitely set in her own age. But when we do vet days, it definitely doesn't stress her out. She's sound asleep. She's got a vitamin D lamp, a heat lamp, and her cat bed. So just like with your domestic pets, we want to do wellness exams because the more we can be preventative with our animals, the longer and healthier lives they live. And so we're working on getting blood right now. He's a little light under sedation, so they might have to put him some isoflurane gas. And so he got injectables similar to our big cats, because Hilo does not like to be handled by people. And so they're gonna just check him and see if he needs a little more sedation to get him a little more asleep and relaxed so he's not stressed during his exam. So today we'll do blood. Vaccines are due on him, so he'll get his vaccines. Dr. Camper will do a whole over body exam, check those joints, his teeth, palpate him. He'll probably get a nail trim today as well. Since he lives with another cat, we like to do the nail trims. So if you just joined us, we're the Wildcat Sanctuary. We're in Sandstone, Minnesota. We're actually doing a wellness exam on one of our residents, F1 Savannah Hilo. We kind of talked a little about his rescue story. We have over 35 hybrids and domestic Bengals here at our sanctuary. And we just received another call this week. We get so many calls. Right now, we can only accommodate early generation Savannahs, the F1s, F2s, and F3s. And that's because we just get so many calls. And so if they can go to a domestic rescue or sometimes be rehomed, we will support that at the domestic level, but not at the hybrid level, because we see too many of the first generation, second generations, and third generations getting rehomed and rehomed and rehomed. And that's not fair to the cat. So you can see when you look at an F1 Savannah, they're beautiful and people are buying them for their looks, but not for their behaviors and their health issues. Hybrids and compound hybrids have definitely health and genetic issues, and we see that all the time. So you can see the pattern here of him, how much he looks like a miniature serval. His background coat is a little darker, but he's got those spots, that ringed tail, that half tail. He even has the white markings on the back of his ears. So we're very much supportive of helping identify F1 Savannahs, F1 Bengals, and cats that shouldn't be owned and are illegal in Minnesota as pets. We also know that there's an issue out there right now that people are buying African servals and lying and saying they're F1 Savannahs, thinking they're getting around zoning laws, homeowners insurance issues, things like that. And really all you're doing is putting the animal that you say you love at risk, because it could be seized, it could get out, it could be euthanized. Wild animals and hybrids should not be kept as pets, and if you're lying to keep your wildcat as a pet, then really you're putting your pet at risk. Well, we're going to let them finish their exam here today, and we'll go live again when we get to see little Sebastian, a domestic Bengal. If you tune in on other Tuesdays, sometimes you get to see our cougars, tigers, and lions going under wellness exam as well. And the best news is when we put somebody on the table and we get to wake them up within 25 minutes because everything looks good, and we get baseline of all their kidney values, everything, a baseline of renal values, like we talked about kidneys, but also making sure that arthritis is in check, especially for older cats or cats that come to us declawed. So thanks everyone, and tune in just a little bit when you'll get to see a second vet exam. And again, thank you for our vets and vet techs. It's Vet Tech Appreciation Week.